In a quiet countryside village, far from the bustling cities and echoing noise of the modern world, stood an old hotel known simply as the Lantern Inn. It was a modest two-story building with creaky stairs, dimly lit corridor, and rustic wooden walls that seemed to whisper stories from decades past. The villagers said the inn was cursed. They said room 9 had been locked for years, ever since something unspeakable happened there. But no one really knew the full story, and the owners, they never talked. That was the place where Adaeze, a 23-year-old lady from the city, found herself. Adaeze had just moved to the village after losing her parents in a car crash. The grief was too much and she needed to escape somewhere quiet, far away from the memories. She found work at the Lantern Inn as a cleaner and receptionist, and the owner, Mama Nkechi, an old woman with piercing eyes and stiff voice, gave her a place to live in. "You can go anywhere you want, my dear," Mama Nkechi had said, "but room 9 stays locked, always." Adaeze nodded, but of course, curiosity is a quiet whisper that grows louder with time. A month passed. Adaeze settled in, but each time she walked past room 9, something felt off. She felt something, like eyes watching her from behind the door. One night, during a thunderstorm, the hallway light flickered. As she walked past room 9, the door creaked open slightly, just enough for her to glimpse a large mirror leaning against the wall inside. It glowed faintly, almost calling her. She reached for the doorknob, but the door slammed shut. After that night, strange things began to happen. Adaeze would hear voices humming softly outside her room, the same tune every night. In her dream, she saw the mirror, only this time her reflection was not hers. It was someone else, a girl with the same eyes but not the same smile. One morning, she asked the other staffs about room 9. They all went quiet. Finally, the chef, an old man with missing teeth and tired eyes, pulled her aside. "Someone lived in room 9 many years ago," he said. "A girl like you. She disappeared. Some say she went mad. Some say she was taken. That mirror is not ordinary. It does not reflect you. It reflects the truth you have been hiding from," the old man told Adaeze. That night, Adaeze couldn't resist anymore. She found the spare keys in Mama Nkechi's office and unlocked room 9. Dust covered the furniture. The air smelled old and bitter. The mirror stood tall in the corner. Adaeze stepped in front of it. Her reflection smiled, but she didn't. Suddenly, the room turned ice cold. The door slammed shut behind her. The lights went off. The mirror shimmered, and then she saw it. Her mother, standing inside the mirror. Behind her, her father, both looking sorrowful. "My daughter, come to us," her mother said to her. Adaeze looked terrified and she collapsed. When she woke up, she was lying in her bed, but something had changed. From that day on, she could hear things no one else could. Voices of past guests, echoes of pain, shadows that followed her around. But more disturbing, she began to remember things that were never hers. A life she never lived, another girl's memory, another family, a suicide. It was like the mirror had tied her soul with someone else's soul. Determined to end it, Adaeze confronted Mama Nkechi. The old woman looked tired, but not surprised. "You opened it, didn't you?" she asked. Adaeze nodded. "Whose memory are in the mirror?" Mama Nkechi sighed. My daughter. Her name was Informa. She killed herself in room 9. She didn't just vanish, she was cursed by a mirror she brought from the city. She said it let her talk to the dead. She became obsessed with the mirror and talked to it day and night. But the dead do not come without a price, and the price they wanted was a soul, and they took it. And now, Adaeze asked, voice trembling, "Now you are part of its chain," Mama Nkechi said. "Unless you do what Ifeoma couldn't do, you must bury the mirror." That night, Adaeze carried the mirror into the forest behind the inn. It felt heavier than ever. As she dug into the cold earth, the wind howled. The mirror showed her every painful memory she ever had. Her fears, her grief, her guilt, her parents begging her not to bury the mirror. She almost gave up. But she remembered her mother's sad face in the mirror, that thing that looked like her mother but isn't her mother, and pushed through. With her last strength, she buried it and whispered, "Let me go." The air stilled, the voices stopped, and Adaeze was free. Adaeze stayed in the village for many years, never leaving the Lantern Inn. But room 9, it was sealed forever. She never saw the mirror again, and she never looked into any mirror again. Sometimes healing means facing the truth. Sometimes we must bury the past so we can finally live. Moral lessons. Not everything you are curious about is meant to be uncovered. Some pasts are better left buried. Holding on can destroy your peace. Healing begins when you let go of pain, not when you chase it. Be content with what you know. Digging too deep into the unknown can open dangerous doors. Thank you so much for listening to this story. I hope you learned from this video. Please, if you haven't subscribed, click the subscribe button. It is absolutely free. Also, turn on the notifications so that you will be notified when I post more interesting and educating story.